Hey, good morning, everybody. Another day here at Cooper and Beamer Experts. Just want to show you I got a little friend for today. If you don't like spiders, please turn away. So I don't know if this is a brown recluse. And he built himself a little nest there. I know with the flashlight, it kind of, he's like right there. I don't know if you can see him. But he built himself a web. Let me see if I can get him to move. Oh man, he ain't moving. Oh, is he dead? Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Oh man, now. You see him? Is he coming up? So what happens when you get a car with all this stuff and it's sat for a long time? You get all kinds of little critters. But he's just going. So you always got to be careful with stuff like that. I don't like killing anything, so I'll just let him go until he kills me, right? Well, I'm gonna pull this out and it's gonna sit outside for a while. He'll either get buried deeper in there or he'll come out. So I don't know where all this hair came from, honestly. Some of the things you come across, I tell you what. All right, I just want to start off the day with saying good morning to you and welcome to the shop. You never know what you're gonna find. All right. Okay, so we're back at this White Countryman with the cylinder head. I know it's been 3 days of putting it on, but slowly making progress. I got all the oil and coolant lines on the turbo, got the heat shield on, the middle one there. I'm gonna put the top heat shield on, then we'll do a thermostat, and then we'll wrap up the fuel injectors and the intake, and then mount it, time it, valve cover, you know, and wrap everything up. So hopefully I do have a customer coming in. You don't say, huh? So hopefully I can wrap this up in about an hour and a half, and then we'll go through and we'll flush the cooling system and flush the engine oil, and everything should be good. So we'll put you on time warp and go from there. the spark plugs in, and I always torque the spark plugs. Always. Any car, torque the spark plugs. First gen Minis had a problem that it would pop the spark plug would come loose and then pop it up and take out the threads, which was a good job for us, but unnecessary, and I didn't want that to happen to my shop. So that's one of the rules. Every wheel that comes off gets torqued, every spark plug gets torqued, and that's it. So also, I'm about to put the valve cover on and fill it with oil. This thing takes 5 quarts. However, I told you I was going to flush it because on the previous video you saw the chocolate milkshake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 quart of transmission fluid in the engine, because transmission fluid has detergents that'll work and kind of clean up everything. I'm also going to put Tide in the cooling system. Now you might say, why are you going to put Tide in the cooling system? Because for whatever reason it flushes it. I'm going to get it up to operating temperature and then flush it. I'm going to let the oil run there, probably put 25-30 miles on it, because what happens is when the engine gets hot, it also is going to evaporate the moisture that was in there as well, but it's got to get, you know, a nice long drive cycle in it for it to do that. So, and then I'm going to come back and then flush the oil. Probably after that, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's basically where I'm at. I'm going to throw the valve cover on, fill it with the oil and transmission fluid mix, put the Tide in the coolant bottle, and then I'm just going to run pure water in it right now. I'm not putting 50-50 because it's not the finished product. We've got to get all that gunk out of the cooling system. Run the heater, get everything, get everything cycling and flowing. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. I'll put you back on warp speed.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Basically, you may have saw me, I put the transmission fluid into the engine, and I do this to my own cars every so many oil changes. It makes everything super clean because of the detergent. Been doing it for years, never seen any harmful side effects. I'm going to get the Tide. I'm going to put the Tide in the coolant, but I have to connect 1 hose, 2 hoses left to do that. And then just put the air mask, the oxygen sensor on it, and then it's going to be ready to fire. So I'm probably going to do that, just wrap everything up right now, and then once it's running, and a job like this, you're going to have bugs, got to work them out. So maybe check engine light on, something, but anyway, it's going to be running, rolling. Like I said, get it up to operating temperature, the fan's kicking on, and like I said, I'm going to put Tide and just clear water into the cooling system, get that thing flushed. So I'm gonna stop for now, and probably next time it should be rolling and running and being good. All right, until then. All right, we're back. It's burning off some stuff, I'm sure, but I pressure tested it. I pulled up the temperature here so I can monitor, The temperature, like I said, I had it tied to the cooling system and started up, and pretty good. Running. I like to keep the hood down to keep the heat in the engine when after I do a cooling system stuff. So flow level's good there. Gonna let it cycle through. I'm gonna hook up the scanner and scan it, clear all the codes, all that jazz. So it's actually running pretty smooth, which is good. That's what we're looking for here. Sorry to take you with me. I should point you to the outside. No, I'm always so concerned. So that's where we're at right now. Pull it up, scan it. And go from there. Like I said, I'm probably going to run through 2 cooling cycles with the coolant. I'm going to drain it, put water and tie it in it again. And if that comes out pretty good, I'll probably just put the 50-50 coolant in there. Go for the test drive. I think I mentioned pressure tested it. It held pressure. That's good. So we'll go from there. Take it down to the, what you call it, the car wash. It's like $1.25, and you can hit it with like engine spray and everything, clean everything up really good. And then on something like this, I'll probably test drive it 20 to 30 miles just to make sure everything's working good, the fans are kicking on, you know. And after that run, I'll do the oil change. That way it's fresh and everything's good. So let's see what the thing pulls up. Charging pressure, intake cam, yeah, all this stuff. EGS solenoid S valve. Well, that's transmission stuff. 4E84 says currently present. I'll have to go back to when I initially scanned this thing and see. I mean, I didn't even touch the transmission, anything in it. So anyway, but like I said, this is automotive, so just sitting here for a month or however long it was can cause stuff to happen. So it's gonna delete the fault memory and go from there. Yeah, I'll probably just let it sit here and idle for a good 20 minutes. By that time the fan should kick on. I'll go for a test drive and see what we got. All right, so this is it for this one. Well guys, welcome to automotive. I'm very, very frustrated and very upset right now. Why, you may ask? Because of the Countryman that I've been doing a cylinder head on for the last 3 days, right? Yep, it's running. It's running real good when you disconnect the exhaust panel solenoid. If I were to reconnect her here, I may have to clear the code because the code is for the exhaust panel's solenoid line disconnection, right? But I disconnected it because, like I said, after you do a head, you got to work some stuff out. I kept getting a misfire, swap coils, put new plugs in it. You know, I was thinking, what's going on? Because when it was cold, it purred like a kitten, just like this. So, but when it got hot, it started misfiring. I'm like, huh, that's weird. Okay, well, maybe something's going on with it, you know? So what I do, I start investigating. Oh, maybe it's a lifter. I pull the valve cover back off because sometimes the little, you know, little springs and stuff can slip off, or, you know, make it so it's losing compression, misfiring. All that stuff was good. And then I realized it's probably like an N12 motor where the valve seats fall off or fall out. So guess what? As on the N12, how it works is that it's got a throttle, but as soon as you open it, it goes wide open, and it actually uses the throw of the intake valve as the throttle. So you get on it, it throws the valve open longer and releases more air fuel in, right? So what happens with those is if they get hot or whatever, the valve seats will rock and fall down and cause a misfire. And then you turn it off and the valve spring pressure sucks it right back up again. You do a compression check, compression's good. Known problem N12. I think it's a known problem on an N18 now. So if you remember, this thing had overheated and you know, it popped out that freeze plug. And even at the machine shop, they're like, do these things drop seats? And I'm like, nah, it never dropped seats. It dropped a seat. The head's got to come back off. Back to the machine shop. All that time. What's frustrating is this is a big job, right? It's the end of the month. Could have used that to pay bills. Anyway, just a little frustrated today, but welcome to automotive, because this kind of thing happens more than I like to admit. But since you're with me on the journey, you're going to see all the times it does happen. However, this is a learning opportunity and a learning experience. Do you think I will ever send an N18 motor to the machine shop and not get the valve seats done? No, never. So for future, this is saving me right now. It's just frustrating and irritating, and I'm going off, I'm venting a little bit. I apologize for that. You know, I like to have these videos like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna fix it and this and that, but you know, doesn't happen all the time, I guess. Well, I know, because I've been fixing cars for 30 some years. But anyway, since you're going along with this journey, yeah, that's it. So as soon as this thing, I can clear this code, right, go in here. Clear the fault memory. And then when this thing starts rolling what's it come up with now? Charging pressure, all this other stuff. Anyway, when it starts working its way down, it'll start misfiring again. And that's for a later video, but I got other cars I got to do, and yeah, frustrating to say the least. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and we will see you next time. All right, thanks for stopping by. Bye. All right, welcome back. So I got another one. The timing chain broke, so I'm just gonna, when I check the dipstick, it basically measured no oil on it. So I know it's like tough to do this when trying to hold the camera. Anyway, when I checked the dipstick, it had 0 oil showing on this dipstick. So now I just broke the drain plug loose. I'll measure how much oil was in there. So we'll see. Yeah, it looks like it had a quart, 1 quart of oil. Trying to get this. So obviously that's not bueno. Obviously this thing's at an angle. However, hopefully you can see the 2 liters or 2 quarts right there, and it's on an angle. So I'll pause it. I'm gonna put the drain plug back in. See, it's starting to miss. Put the drain plug back in. Maybe it had 1.5 quarts. I'll put the drain plug back in, drop it down, and show you the timing chain. The tensioner came apart, exploded, belt was slapping, broke stuff. So all right, I'll be back. All right, we're back here. I'm gonna show you the chain. And if you look in there, I know sometimes it's hard because the flashlight makes it so bright for the camera to pick up, but down in there where I'm shining, hopefully you can see the spring. The timing chain tensioner came apart. It had no oil pressure, and I'm sure what that created was the chain slapping, boom boom boom, broke this top guide, and then once that happened, it jumped. This part of the guide is locked up in there on the chain. As soon as that happens, probably the weakest link in the chain broke. So right now, did he bend valves? That's the next question. Typically, if valves are bent, typically the rockers right here, I don't know if you can see the rockers right here, they would be loose, and these are tight, and these are all tight. Now it could have tapped it, you know, and done just enough damage to cause a misfire. I had a gentleman come into the shop, and he same thing happened, and we were able to do a timing chain, and it worked. And then like 3 months later, the same thing happened. But when it broke the second time, I just think the chain was probably stressed. We just retimed it because it had jump time. We retimed it, and it ran good, no misfires. But the second time it jumped, I think the thing was stressed, and that time it just barely nicked the valve, and we had to do a cylinder head. So we'll see what the customer wants to do, and we'll go from there. All right guys, I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks for being with me, giving me an outlet for my whole countryman expedition. It's like frustrating, but that's life. We'll get over it. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it back on the road. I gotta call the customer and let him know it's gonna be probably another 3 weeks before it's done. The car was sitting for a long time, and he hasn't called to pressure me, so that's a good thing. He'll probably understand. I mean, honestly, I made the call. I'm gonna eat it. So I'm gonna eat I'm not gonna charge the customer anything extra. That's only fair, right? It's not his fault that I said that this shouldn't happen when it happened. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right guys, thanks. Have a good night, or a good day. We'll see you later. So we got some after hours fun. This is the real Mini Cooper right here. Little cutie running around the shop being a good guard dog. Come this Cooper, come here. No, don't smell that. Look at everybody and show them how cute you are. Okay, that's enough. Bye.